Origins of Western Expansion, The Louisiana Purchase, and Lewis and Clark by Sammy M., Sophie M., Colby G., and Jalen.
The pioneers battled and suffered to start a new life in the West. The thought of manifest destiny and the hope for a better life raced through their minds and gave them motivation to keep going. But how did the thought that you could have a better life out west get started? How would the thought get started when superpowers in Europe controlled all the land to the west? The answers to these questions are long and difficult, but westward expansion started with the greatest deal of all time, the Louisiana Purchase. The Louisiana Purchase was the purchase of the entire Louisiana Territory. The United States only wanted New Orleans because the Mississippi River was good for traveling and trade. The young United States was heavily dependent on New Orleans and its access to the river. To try and buy New Orleans from Napoleon, President Thomas Jefferson sent his foreign diplomat, James Monroe, to France to buy New Orleans from Napoleon Bonaparte for $7.5 million, but Napoleon had a better offer. The Louisiana Territory was useless to Napoleon because it was used for farmland to feed the slaves in Haiti. When the slaves rebelled, he didn't need it anymore. Also, France and Great Britain were on the brink of war, and he'd rather see it in our hands than in Britain's. He would rather have someone buy it from him and make some money than to have to surrender it to Great Britain, who he hated. Napoleon offered Monroe the entire Louisiana Territory for just $15 million. That's about 2 to 3 cents an acre. This is still considered the best real estate deal in history. It didn't take Monroe long to agree. On April 30th, 1803, the Louisiana Territory was purchased from France. That doubled the size of the United States. However, not everyone was so happy about it. Congress was way less than thrilled with the purchase of the Louisiana Territory. They thought that it was unconstitutional for the president to buy a territory without talking to Congress first. The United States Constitution did not specifically say that the president could buy so much land without the consent of Congress. Now the United States had all this new, unexplored land, but they didn't know what was really out there. That's where the Corps of Discovery came in. Jefferson chose Meriwether Lewis, a scientist, to go and explore what he had bought. Lewis then chose William Clark, a cartographer, someone who makes maps, to be his lieutenant. Exploring the Louisiana Territory wasn't their only mission. Lewis and Clark were looking for a waterway through the continent known as the Northwest Passage, and they wanted to make new Indian buddies. Lewis and Clark and their Corps of Discovery left to go exploring in the summer of 1803. Along the way, they met a French fur trader named Toussaint Charbonneau and his pregnant 16-year-old wife named Sacagawea. In all, the Corps of Discovery consisted of Lewis, Clark, Clark's slave named York, Charbonneau, Sacagawea, her child John Baptiste, who was born on the journey, Lewis's dog, and 40 other brave men. Everyone had a special job in the Corps. Lewis was the leader and scientist, and Clark was a survivalist and cartographer. York hunted, and he was the first black man the Indians had ever seen, so they were fascinated by him. Sacagawea was an awesome tracker. She knew which foods to eat. She spoke Shoshone and Hidatsa, and really proved herself when she saved many historical documents after their canoe flipped. Even Sacagawea's little baby, Jean Baptiste, had a job. He entertained the weary corpsmen. They dealt with hunger, thirst, weather, and wild animals. It's not like they had a trail to follow either. They were the ones who had to find the trail. They eventually crossed the Rocky Mountains, and in November 1805, they saw the Pacific Ocean. Their journey was long and hard. They encountered many life-threatening things, but they always fought through. The miraculous journey of Lewis and Clark, along with the help of Sacagawea, successfully explored the West and came home safe and sound. They were able to map the West, and they paved the way for the many that would later move west for opportunity, gold, and a new beginning. When all this was done, it was found that there was no Northwest Passage, but that was a great discovery in itself. The route that Lewis and Clark took to go west was too dangerous for settlers, so their trail wasn't used, but they still made the accomplishment of mapping it. Also, they were the first people from the United States to see the Pacific Ocean. Lewis and Clark paved the way west for westward expansion through their suspenseful, successful journey west.